So over Christmas break, I went to books and the internet to try to figure out who God was, and it was the worst mistake of my life. As a kid who grew up in the church and was told that I accepted Christ from a young age, I was just kind of fed up with the rules and the laws that I was supposed to follow. I felt no purpose for them. I didn't see the reason why I should be deprived of having fun like everybody else was. And that's kind of how I saw God. I saw God as the fun police. I saw him as a way to just strip me of joy, strip me of fun, and just to keep me within this rigid set of boundaries that I didn't enjoy. Coming into high school, I just kind of was doing my own thing. I felt no purpose for life. I was just doing what the world told me, what I thought was the right track, get out in the world, make money, have fun. So as I kind of went through high school and into college, got more freedom, I think that the sinful, lawless desires of my heart really came forth. Came into college ready to party. Throughout doing that, I felt lost, and I felt really empty, and just felt like something was really wrong. I had this desire in me to do the right thing, but I didn't know how to bring that about and to apply that into my life. So first semester, I struggled with living between the way that the world had wanted me to live and the way that I thought might be the right way to live. I had this war almost inside of me of what I should be doing, and I felt like it was just conflicting me, and it was beating me down. As I came into college, ready to live the party life and do the things that the world and my friends were doing, I did it. I tried it out, and I felt lost. I felt no fulfillment in it. I felt frustrated with what I was doing. I just felt conflicted in every way of what was happening in my life. I just felt deep down in my heart that I knew that what I was doing wasn't right, but I just didn't know where else to go from there. I felt like this was what I was supposed to be doing. This was my 4 years of fun, my 4 years of freedom. And I thought that this would be the best way to kind of express that and live my life, but deep down I just felt wrong. As I bounced in and out of things first semester, I was trying to figure out if this God thing was really for me. At Christmas break, I decided I was done living this double life and was going to figure out who this Jesus guy was. This idea of Jesus was interesting to me because all these people surrounding my life were claiming him as the Lord of their lives. They were typically overly nice, outgoing, loving people, but how did that apply to me? What was I missing? Lots of people around the world believe in God, but where do we find our objective source of truth? I wanted to figure that out and figure out how this idea of a divine creator actually played into my life and how I could change my life with what he wanted. Questions arose about this Jesus guy. Was he actually God? Did he actually come down to earth in the flesh? There's lots of things that I had heard about him, but I wasn't sure if any of them were actually true. Did he actually want a loving relationship with me? I decided I was going to try to figure these things out for myself. So over Christmas break, I went to books and the internet to try to figure out who God was, and it was the worst mistake of my life. This had perfectly reflected how I had previously lived, just putting God in my own personal boxes and thinking about him when I needed him. Not using the Bible to figure out who God was left me empty and more confused than I had ever been when I had not thought about him. I just felt lost and hopeless. I really wasn't sure if there was purpose in my life, and frankly I didn't really care anymore. I was crying myself to sleep and just confused with what my purpose here on this earth was. So coming back to school second semester, I was a hot mess. I was just unsure of myself, unsure of what I was doing, and then I finally got the best advice that I ever got from someone who led my Bible study that I kind of bounced in and out of first semester, and he told me to read my Bible. And from there, I couldn't even explain the peace and fulfillment that I found just trying to figure out how God's Word actually applied to my life. After reading my Bible, I realized that I was the center of my universe, and that's why things were so messed up. I was just living for myself and digging a deeper and deeper hole away from God. And I finally saw that my sinful nature was prideful, lost, and hopeless. God really opened my eyes into reading His Bible, into reading His Word of how to apply it into my life and how it's living and active, and it just changed my outlook on everything. I realized that He's most glorified by me when I am most satisfied in Him, and that I can finally accept that God is so much bigger than I'll be able to ever understand. And that was a very humbling experience for me, that an infinite God will never be able to understood by my finite mind. And there just came peace with just accepting that I'll never be able to understand, but that I can still marvel at the mystery of God, and just chase after who He is.